What is up, guys? I was not ready for that. Give me one quick second. Nope. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Blockchain Brew Show. We have Sunday close special, but welcome in. Before we get started, everybody, please smash that golden like button. That's where we like it, up here, but not down, but up, because that is what is up. What is up? We got the subscribe bell. We get a couple good rings. There we go, guys. You know why we do is because we always grow over here, but not as fast over here. Rumble and Kick always got our backs, and over here on YouTube, we kind of silently have to ask to hit that like and subscribe. It is what it is, everybody, but we are excited to be here. We're going to check out the charts. We're going to tell you everything we got going on, what happened yesterday, what's happening today. And, you know, I think we have Trent in here too today. Let's see. Trent. Oh, I see his hat. He's right there. He's disappearing. He's there. Oh, there's Trent. Surprise. Trent special, everybody, getting served today on the right-hand side screen. I mean left.
I'm still kind of setting up my situation, so yeah.
You're good. I'm gonna jump into the charts before we have we lose our track of time. We're in Bitcoin. Yes, we are in Bitcoin. Okay, cool. On the weekly time frame, we're going to jump into smaller time frames. We're going into the 1 hour, and we're going to expand off the 1 hour. Just keep zooming. Do. That's kind of interesting. It's a very interesting spike on that doji candle. I don't really like that spike. Just taking a look at market side for A right now. You know what's really interesting? On the 1 hour, we wick down, we wick up, touch the 21 moving average. We have a green dot. We're very odd. I don't know if you guys can see this as well as on my screen, but it's almost like an inverted. We shoot up and then we're kind of coming down on it. It's very odd. I don't really like that, to be honest with you. The 1 hour says we should be coming up. It's a very interesting momentum wave. The money flow is red. VWAP's kind of coming down, but the Stokes are coming up. So is the money flow coming in. The strength is popping up. The 4 hour, we come up to what we have going on. We hit the 21. We bounce off 21. We bounce off 21. Bounce off 21. It looks like we're fighting it. It shows movement to the downside. We have a red dot on the 4 hour. So unless the 1 hour also looks like a reversal. It's very interesting. The strength's coming down. Money flow is still slightly coming down. Stokes are coming down. We zoom out a little bit to the 6 hour. 6 hour also has a red dot coming down. It's not confirmed. It's probably going to confirm in 10 minutes unless something crazy happens in the next 10 minutes. We got Stokes coming down. Money flow still going good, though. Strength coming down. We're going to jump to the 12 hour. 12 hour wants to roll over, be bullish. It's not straight hard to the downside like how we would expect to normally see. It is on its way to rolling over, which we get the green dot. We do have a nice trigger wave, anchor wave trigger right here coming in on Bitcoin. It will be probably setting up for a good bullish run this week, I think, because we really won't have a CME gap, which should be really good to see. Red anchor trigger to the downside on the daily time frame. VWAP is coming plateauing. Money flow's coming in. Bounce off 20, bounce off 20, bounce off the 21. On the daily, we have 9 minutes till we get it. If we can get it and have our blue momentum waves start really rolling over on each other, I think that'll be a good sign. 2-day also. Oh no, 2-day doesn't close this week. We don't get the 3-day either. 5-day we get the 5-day tomorrow. 8-day we don't get. The weekly we do get. The weekly is actually going to be slightly bearish because we're at 19,500 because we used the previous average and we're currently at 17,500. So it's probably going to flip red. We'll probably flip red. We might lose the green dot. 2-week closes today. Also, Trent. I almost called you Trevor for some reason. Guys, just so you know, Trent's is actually not his name. His real name is Trevor. It's his code name. He just doesn't want anyone.
Not true.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting, Trent. It might be an interesting week because we will get a red dot to possibly another red dot. Could be divergence.
You
can't do it yet, Trent, because I got to run the time zones before we roll over. I still have to do ETH. Go quick, Trent.
Yes. It is a German-style Helles lager called Hellish from Monkish Brewing, and it's another light beer this time, coming in at 5%. So there you go.
Oh, Trent, I have not had the comments up. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, John 3:16, just because I'm in a time crunch right now. I'm fighting the 7 minutes. Usually we can get to a point we can cover them. Tell us about that pour, Trent.
Well, it's bubbly, highly
Looks
carbonated.
Honey, like a very honey color.
Yeah, I mean it's a German lager.
I want to point out in the Bitcoin dominance trend, the Stokes are low, strength's coming down. Stokes are low, but they're coming down lower. The VWAP just broke below the zero line. We have a red dot on the 1 hour. We jump over to the 4 hour. The 4 hour wants to flip. It's getting closer to flipping bullish, where the Stokes are low and they're coming up, strength's coming in. So it looks like there might be a surge in dominance, which could be a push on the altcoins. We have to take a look at it. 12-hour also has a red dot to the downside for the dominance. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like so my projection right now in the dominance trend is we're doing this. We're breaking down. We're coming up. We're breaking down. We're coming up. We're going to do probably a breakdown, but on the shorter time frame, the 1 hour, 4 hour, we're going to have like a little break up before we continue our downwards trend. The daily, we have the double green dot, but this is a bearish pattern to the downside, so I think that we're going to keep coming down. The 2-day, it wants to flip, but it's bearish. It's just bearish on the dominance. Dominance has been coming down. Money has been leaving the Bitcoin and going to everything else. This is what the money flow is showing us. We're going to jump into ETH, and once we go into the ETH chat, I usually go back into Bitcoin and we watch everything else where we answer questions in the comments.
Okay.
Welcome in too, Trent. It's nice having you here on the Sunday special. It's awesome, guys. He canceled all his plans just to be here to make sure that I don't go off track. I want to do a shout out to our people over there on Rumble chat. I don't know if you knew this or not, but we grew 20% yesterday on Rumble, which is pretty crazy. We went from 31 to 32 to 36 subs.
Nice.
Over on Rumble, so it was a pretty great jump. We have an anchor trigger wave on the 1 hour, and it has confirmed Stokes are green and coming in, strings coming in too. So Ethereum is very strong on the 1 hour for a pump. Now the 4 hour, it doesn't look great, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm pretty shocked we haven't had a red dot. I'm kind of expanding this so you guys could see it, but I'm going to take a paint pen, draw right just over it so you can see it. There's literally a rounding top we have coming in right there on the 4 hour where it's if something doesn't happen on that 1 hour, that will turn into a strong anchor trigger wave to the downside. We stretch up to the 6 hour. 6 hour is doing that weird thing that we were pointing on Bitcoin where it wanted to come up, but it's almost pushing an oddly weird back down. Though the money flow is getting thick on Ethereum, so that is on our side. I can't see it with my squiggle right there. Now the 12 hour does look like it wants to roll over too, and then 21 is coming up, which is a really good sign to see on ETH. And we're going to give you a little bit more in depth. I'm literally giving you a quick rundown right now. Okay, on the 1 hour we have 4 minutes till we close. It's kind of getting an outwardly trigger wave. Okay, so that's actually a good sign. And the daily says 14,469. The regular, what's our regular price? 447. 447. 4,469. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad. We might not get a CME gap, Trent. I want you to take over. Actually, I guess I'm going to take over. We'll do a quick look-see on the weekly. And then you can take over and finish up on the Bitcoin, and we can watch it close on your end.
Okay.
So 1 second. The weekly is bullish for ETH, and we're at 4,460 right now. So we will actually close a green candle. 4,472 actual price. So we're going to get a good green candle on the weekly and show continuation. Okay, Trent, go ahead and take over.
Okay. Sorry. So here we go.
Oh man, we're listening out some crazy things in the chat too. All right, we're gonna get to you guys in just a second. I see you guys all in here in the chat. We'll start with Strozat. Nice seeing you in your Strozat, but let us finish up the weekly analysis, and then we're gonna jump into it. We got 3 minutes for the count, 2 minutes to the countdown, 3 minutes till we get to close. We close on the weekly too, Trent.
Yeah. So on real quick on BTC1 exclamation point, the CME futures chart. There's something that is particularly of interest to me right now, and it's the fact that, let me get to where I can drag this. Okay, it's the fact that as long as this candle close doesn't come in over like 118,000 here, like we're not going to create a CME gap this weekend. So that means we can get a nice weekday pump this week without having to worry about a CME gap. So, you know, it was a flat weekend for Bitcoin. ADA's doing very well. Flat weekend for Bitcoin, and I like to see that coming off of a couple weeks of CME gaps because, you know, we're not going to create one and then have to reckon with it later. So there we go. Now I'll hop over to Bitcoin on the weekly, and we will watch what happens.
Weekly. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds. Trent, give us 30-second shout outs in the chat before we start the countdown.
30-second shout out in the chat. Let's see. Shout out to Serpent Juice. Shout out to John316 and Prod by Strozart. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to... I think that does it for everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone who's watching, and smash up the like button to support the most hydrated community on crypto YouTube.
Strawza, what's crack-a-lackin'? Blessings, John. Drive safe, brother. Nice seeing you on Thursday. Miss you, man. Praying for you and your blessings over your household. We got Amelia in the chatting it up. Good afternoon, Amelia. Blessings to you and your household. Constant prayers for you guys. Love you. Trent is my friend. John, you're my friend too. I know I was late to the meeting. I'm sorry. LOL code. 5 cent LOL. Go higher. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Okay, what we got left, Trent? We got 15 seconds. Ready? Count it down.
15, 14,
nope,
13,
faster. 10,
12,
9,
11, 10,
8,
9,
7,
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Close. We'll get our data. We're going to run over it for you guys. Come on. Weekly. Get that green dot.
Like it came in at $117,400. Well, yeah. The open of this next week was 117,405.
Oh.
And I don't see anything I don't like about it. We've got the interesting thing to me is down here on the stochastics, we have this little bounce down here. You see the curve, the V shape. It's wanting to start that little V shape bounce. Also, this is irrelevant, but you see this M pattern that happened right here on the stochastics, right? Patterns that work on candlesticks work on the RSI indicators as well. Not to mention it showed this.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what that is, right? That red little flag thing is a bearish divergence.
Yes.
No, we don't like that.
Well, that's already, it came in up here, but look how much it's already played out. So I don't mind it. To me, there is no reason for me to think at this point that this inverse head and shoulders pattern is not still in play. We have the head down here, and this is on the weekly. So I'll just pull this down, and this is a classic inverse head and shoulders. Let me just get to where I can pull the chart down. And there we go. We've got the neckline coming in right there. And
hey, shout out whoever is a 353 subscriber. 353's in here. Thank you so much.
You take this from the bottom of the head, pull it up to the neckline, bring it up here above the right shoulder, and it's giving you a $167,000 target for Bitcoin. 168,000. So, there's no reason at this juncture for me that's not in play. And the beautiful part about if you entered a 2x like a low leverage long at 2x or something from this point, don't do it with massive amounts of your portfolio. Okay, don't take it from your spot bags, wink wink. But the thing that I like about doing that right here is that, look, you have not ran away from the 21-week moving average, which is still sitting down here at 106. You're not that far above that. You're also not that far. You're still close to the neckline here. So you could put a stop loss if you were really worried about it. If you thought to yourself that going underneath this neckline would invalidate the pattern, then put a stop loss somewhere underneath $111,792, right? You're still close enough to this neckline where you're not going to lose your ass on that stop loss if it goes down there. You're still close to it, which is a good time to put in a tight stop loss and bet on Bitcoin flying up from here. So we're flagging out on the weekly right here, and we just need to close candles above this level at 119,836 on the weekly. That's the level to close a weekly candle above. About $119,300.
That's it.
And I think we do that and we fly. So it could take another week before we do that. We could have another weekly close below
That's
that.
what I'm in the ballpark. I think we're gonna have another sideways this week. Am I able to throw myself on the screen? Or are you so good going?
There you go.
I accidentally closed out one of my things. All right, I'm on the screen. Okay, so guys, I'm going over my data. We're working backwards from the higher time frames. Okay, and maybe I won't do that forever. We're gonna play around. We'll try this out. If I don't like how going backwards, we're gonna go forwards with the data. But on the weekly, we had a green dot. Confirmed our green dot. This is the data we just got. This green dot to this red dot, which we came at the red dot. I don't like red dot. Red dot means number go down. But what we have also showing us is that we have green money flow ticked up slightly with more interaction on the network. So, and as you can see, we have a higher high compared to this one over here. I use high candle sheet. So I'm going to jump over to this other time frame. So we're going to kind of see how that data kind of came in. I don't think that data came in, but the 3-day, we also kind of have a red dot. And maybe we come back down even a little lower, back down to 114 to reset our Stokes. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but we have to be realistic over here and tell you what we see with the data. The VWAP did kind of break below the 0 line on the 3-day. The 2-day, it is also below the 0 line, okay? We also have a red dot on the 2-day, that little yellow line I drew by accident, it's driving me nuts. I see on the 2-day slight bearish divergence on my end, very, very slight, but it is visible on Market Cipher. Just slight. And that's probably what Trent was picking up too. And he is telling you guys that it might have already played out. And I hope it does. Because, maybe this red dot, it's not confirmed. It actually disappears. And Trent showed me the most bullish scenario. I'm like, it may not be a doom and gloom thing. And maybe this is why I always feel like when I watch Crypto Face sometimes, I'm like, why is he always so doom and gloomish? Maybe it's because that's what Market Cipher makes you feel, is doom and gloom. But we have a red dot momentum wave coming down. Money flow is still coming in. The VWAP, we try to measure curvature. That's the biggest indicator used in Market Cipher. And it's coming down, but it came down over here, guys. Look at the curvature came down, right? You see that? But if you look at it and you follow it on the chart, it really just kind of consolidated. Yeah. And then we kind of did a little dump right here. Then we got a green dot, and we gained it all back and some, okay? Yeah. So we're just watching a slight wave come down, and I think, like Trent pointed out, that we might have one more week of sideways action. It's kind of what I was getting out of the data. Now, on the 12-hour, I wouldn't say I'm bullish. I'm still in the camp of bearishness. But this right here, if we can get through this night that the Asia market wakes up and we get some good data, boom, we close, but now we have a hump with a green dot trigger wave for an actual pump, okay? And that can also play into our daily candle tomorrow. Now, if that plays into the daily, boom, this could flip a green dot, which then could flip the 2-day, which closes tomorrow, and which also could flip the 3-day.
That's a really, really, really good point.
Oh, thank you, Trent. So we're just going to keep an eye on this. So I think this is an important time to watch. And then we're going to shrink down to the 4-hour. The 4-hour still kind of shows open doors. But the 12-hour is looking good. It can pull the 4-hour up. So we'll keep an eye on that. The money flow has slightly came down also. But the 1-hour just closed. Dang, I was kind of hoping for more bullish news in the 1-hour. But I'm not overly crazy about this body that we have on this candle, to be honest with you. I'd rather... These wicks are pretty... I would say almost somewhat manipulated, because they literally, you shoot down, or we pop up, we hit the 21, and we gave it all back. So it's trying to give off mixed signals. I kind of get a little bit of that. So,
you know what Piano Matty B used to say about wicks, right?
No.
What once got wicked will get candlesticked.
Mm-hmm. The dominance, though, did get a green dot on that close, and the 4-hour also wants to flip bullish on the dominance. So maybe that's telling you that there could be some consolidation into Bitcoin, which will help us to go up.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at ETH, Trent.
I wonder if we should try to get that guy on the show.
That would be a great person, actually. I haven't thought about Matty B, but I love Matty B. He was so great with the openings, and he did a lot of the TikToks, which I haven't seen him on TikTok in a while either.
Yeah.
You should try to get that guy on. He's a good dude. We got a red dot on Ethereum on the 1-hour on that close. Crud. Strength coming down. Stokes low came down a little bit. The 4-hour, we have a tight trigger wave to the downside that we just got appeared. Hasn't confirmed, but that's a pretty strong confirmation in that shape. I'm not crazy about that, to be honest with you. 8-hour also has the red dot. Ooh, iffy. 12-hour does not have a red dot. The curvature is not super steep, but it's still bending down. I'm hoping that the 12-hour is looking good. This data I'm looking at, Trent.
Mm-hmm.
And the main stuff between the 1 to 8-hour is bearish. Now, the 12 daily, I'll say the 12 and daily are leaning like sideways. Like they're not bullish, but has some sideways look vibes to it. The 2-day, 3-day, red dots. I think Trent, I have to look at my data. I'm leaning a sideways week. I think you're right. Unless something, we see some strong swallow news in the time frames to change some of that larger time frame data. But I'm feeling like a sideways week.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait and see. But my bet right here is that if I was looking for longs, honestly, if I were you, and by you, I mean a member of the Brew Crew out there watching this stream right now. If I were you and I were looking for longs, what I would actually consider doing is getting in our Discord and getting in the VIP chat. You want to tell people how they can do that?
Heck yeah. I mean, I should probably just pull up on my screen. But guys, if you haven't already, you can check out the link in the description to our Discord. You get in there, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. Boom. Get in there, and if you use the second link and you sign up for a BitFi account over here, and you deposit and set up your account using our link and show us it, you get VIP access grandfathered to you. We only are doing that up to 500 subs, so we're been growing pretty aggressively. So it probably only will last like another month or two, and then we're going to start charging $10 a month for it. So it's something.
If you deposit $100 into your BitFi futures account, you'll be able to get into the VIP chats of the Discord, and we have a bot that aggregates trades from all of the top ROI traders and pushes those out in the VIP channels. Every once in a while, I take one of them and I show it in the general chat to show everybody what's there, And it just, and everyone can see in the general chat of our Discord, the bot made a couple killer calls, one on ETH and one on Link this last week that made for some pretty great trade. So
and off that, guys, if you guys are interested in learning how to trade, BitFi is awesome. There's no VIP, no KYC, super simple to use, and we have easy setups.
No VPN, you mean? No VPN.
Yeah, no VPN. Yeah. And so we have the $100 deposit at 50% for super green people who they get a little extra bonus, and then the next moderate traders, you get deposit $500, you get $100. Deposit $1,000, you get $200, which is a good little kickback of 20%. And then the skilled traders, they don't get as big of a kickback because they're so skilled. They're going to make all the money trading. And we start off with $5,000 deposit, and you get a $500 bonus, and then $10,000 deposit, and you get a $1,000 bonus, and then $20,000 deposit, you get $2,000 bonus. And with our link, you save 20%. But also, if you're in there and you're trading heavily, this is what you do every single day, and you say, hey, I like trading this one coin, we can go into BitFi and actually turn on that coin, and you get a lot more trade signals from the top ROI traders, and you can trade off that data or help you make that decision of what you want to do. If you're like, hey, I want to trade Cardano, and you're thinking you're long, but you're like, I didn't see any longs today. And to Cardano, why are you not seeing any longs? Because nobody else has seen signals. And so you don't want to force a trade on something just because you like it. You can use that data to help you get in there. And like we said, we're offering grandfathered into our first 500 subs to get in for free. They just deposit and get an account. So we're always building out there, guys. So this is a great opportunity to join the Discord and get to meet us, and we get to know you, and it'll be a lot of fun, and we're gonna have a killer time, and we're gonna grow together. But yeah, what do you think, Trent?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So yeah, before we showed you that, what I was getting ready to say is just that if I were looking for a long right now on Bitcoin, I would take confidence in the fact, like I said, that we're still really close to this neckline here. So I don't You know, we're gonna range, in my opinion, between the neckline, which is as low as 111.2 right now, up to 119.2. That's the range. That's the range that you want to have. I'll make another horizontal line right here, and I'll turn that one red. Come down here, and I'll even erase this one. That's the range to look at right now between this red line and this green line. We close a weekly candle above that green line, and we run. We closed a weekly candle above $119,200, and I really believe we blast off and make a concerted run toward breaking 130.
You should adjust your camera, Trent, because I can't see your lips when you're talking.
But when I'm looking down like that,
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just pull my desk down a little bit. There we go. So yeah, that's let me reset this chart view. Okay, on the daily, we're still above this 21 moving average. I don't see. The problem is we have this. Let me get rid of all my drawings real quick. Let's see, remove 22 drawings. Okay, we have this bearish MACD cross on the daily. Call it by its government name, the moving average convergence divergence. But I'm not too worried about that. The stochastics have almost entirely reset on the daily down to the bottom. So I think that very similar to the weekly, I think that we have an inverse head and shoulders forming here on the daily, right? And here's the right shoulder forming. We had an outlier right here. It looked like it was just going to blast off. I was actually saying that I expect it to kind of play this right shoulder out a little bit. Back here when we had this this green action, especially this week. So if we let me pull the chart down. If we take the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders, this is going to be a smaller target than the one we saw on the weekly, but we'd take the neckline right there, and we'd have to treat this bit of action right here as an outlier because it came back down into the pattern. But I would still.
Would you say that was the bottom neckline?
Yeah.
Then you like the bottom hump, how it goes down and shoots back up.
Right. I would still say that this is in play, and I would take from the head to the neckline. I'd pull it up here at the neckline, and that's 128,000. That's on the daily, right? The weekly target is much bigger. That was up toward 168K. But this daily right here is showing a target of 128. So in the nearer term, I do think we go there. And I think we go sooner rather than later. I don't know about this week. But maybe by the very end of August, I could see us going to 128,000. So
that's why I'm kind of in the ballpark too, guys. I think it's gonna be the last week of August when the first week, school's like starting up again. Everybody's getting ready. Everybody's coming back. I think that's the week that we're going to get a lot more money into it. Because right now, what's happening is everybody's gone. They'll go try and get on the vacations. They're trying to get all that stuff out of the way before we pump. And guys, if you're new here, you're watching the channel, please like and subscribe. Helps support us. Number one way you can do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
let's throw it up. Yeah, guys, I'm in the same boat as Trent. Anything can happen. Like Trent said, we're following this neckline. That you guys could see how he broke down and broke up, just like how Trent says, and he thinks this pattern's in play. We are bouncing off the 21 right now, but my momentum waves are still kind of bearish. So we'll see how everything goes this week. We all want number to go up, but I just can't tell you. It's not looking like number's going to go up right now, and I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
Any news happened today, Trent? How was church?
It was cool. It was cool. Same old, kind of.
Did you preach today?
Not today, no. But yeah, but I'll have to go somewhat soon, but there is some stuff that I want to cover for Cardano Spotlight. Man, it throws me off that we don't have the full show to cover, I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. But let me come over here, share this tab instead. And so a few things, okay. The Altcoin Oracle, and this guy is a DRAP. He's a stake pool operator, and he can he votes on governance issues. The way it works on Cardano, if you don't know how Cardano governance works, it's unique. There's nothing like it among other top coins. When you stake, and it's liquid staking, your coins stay in your wallet with your keys. You do not lock your coins up anywhere. They're 100% liquid, meaning you can do what you want with them when you want with them, even while you're staking. So when you stake, you basically, you do not lock up your coins. You delegate the consensus power and the voting power of your coins. You delegate it to a pool that a bunch of other people delegate to, right? You could choose to run a pool yourself, but unless you have a lot of ADA, like your pool is going to be small and it's going to have less voting power, and it's going to have less consensus power, meaning it will mint fewer blocks, and you will actually earn fewer rewards. So the way, if you don't want to run a node yourself, the way that you stake and earn passive reward on Cardano is that you delegate to a stake pool that someone else operates, and a bunch of other people are also delegating to that pool, so that you maximize your rewards, right? So when you delegate to a pool, you're also delegating your voting power, the voting power that comes with the amount of ADA you hold. It's actually kind of like the United States government in terms of checks and balances, because DREPs are decentralized, delegated representatives, a DREP, and that's like a representative in the House of Representatives, right? Like they represent their constituents. So that's a little bit about how governance works. But Altcoin Oracle right here, he's a DREP, he votes. He posted this: in a world of excess, disrespect, and made up everything, choose scarcity, governance, and Ouroboros, which is their consensus mechanism. The ticker is ADA. So this is not Cardano specific, but Ashley over here, she's a Solana girl. She said, people have been asking me how I've grown to nearly 200K followers on X. She says, it's simple. I literally never stop shit posting. So I quoted that and said, maybe I should start. Big Pay, shout out to Big Pay for doing an interview with us. You can find that on the channel. It's our most recent video. He said,
yeah.
buying ADA for $1 is like buying Bitcoin for $1,800. I kind of laughed at that when I saw it, but I think he has a point. Like, for ADA to go to $100, I mean, not this cycle, not the next cycle, but eventually. And that was the case with Bitcoin, right? Like Bitcoin going to $100,000. There was a time where you would have said, I mean, not tomorrow, not next cycle, but the day will come, and guess what? The day came. And I think that ADA still has 100x in it if you expand your time horizon. What would be 100x at a $33 billion market cap right now? A 10x would be to 300 billion, or 330 billion, and then another 10x from there would go to over 3 trillion. And that might not even happen by 2030. Like, let's be honest. But expand your time horizon a little bit. And guys, Cardano is the hub for it is the hub of the future for Bitcoin DeFi, and nothing else will be. So if Bitcoin goes to $20 trillion, right, and people or institutions want to open up collateralized debt positions with their Bitcoin, they're going to do it on Cardano.
Yeah.
So, you just think about the value proposition of that over time, and it really is insane. It really is worthy of a $3 trillion market cap. Guys, a $3 trillion market cap would still be less. It would still be less than Apple. It would still be less than Google. Well, maybe Google. I don't know. It would still be less than Apple, I'm pretty sure. It's not gonna happen even next cycle. I don't think that would be really insane to think. But like somewhere within the decade of the 2030s, like I don't think that's that crazy.
Yeah, no,
really don't.
Possible.
Yeah.
You just can't have ADA get hacked between now and then.
Yeah, for sure. That would really
that would be bad.
Yeah.
Trent, I have an article I would like to read and get your opinion on before you go.
Okay. And then real quick, right here I said the ticker is Indigo. Bitcoin DeFi could take this thing from under a $30 million market cap to over $1 billion.
Dang.
Yeah, guys, Indigo Protocol is my low cap play of this cycle. At under $30 million in market cap, a 10x would go to 300 million, which is still really small, and then maybe a 3x from there would go to $1 billion. So it could do somewhere between a 20 to 30x this cycle. I really do think it could. And yeah, man, I just mentioned it about collateralized debt positions. Like, Indigo is the place that people go to for CDPs on Cardano, and it's having a good run right now. So we will see. Yeah. Let's see your article.
Okay, so I thought this was interesting because I looked at the price of Monero, Trent, and this article is about Monero, and Monero right over here it's up 8% for the day, down for the month. Here's a chart over it over the week. But now if I go into this article, it says Quebec community votes to target Dogecoin after 51% attack on Monero, which I feel like that would be pretty detrimental to the price, but maybe I'm wrong. Community behind Quebec, an AI-focused blockchain responsible for Monday's 51% attack on Monero privacy network, voted to target Dogecoin next. Quebec founder Sergei Ivanchuk, who uses the online pseudonym Come Behind, gave the community several choices for the next target, including Doge, Caspa, Zcash, and other blockchains named by a member. Doge received over 300 votes from Quebec community by the time the vote concluded, more than all the choices combined. Quebec's successful 51% attack on Monero and the fact that the community is now looking to target other proof-of-work blockchains could spell trouble for these blockchains-based monetary networks. And that was just, that's just it was a quick little article, Trent, but when I was looking at it, I'm like, well, they did a 51% attack on Monero. I feel like it wouldn't be up for the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing that thought that was a little fishy about that article was it only had 300 votes for Doge. I'm like, the entire crypto community, it only had 300 votes, which is more than everything else combined. Like, how big is this hacker? Like, that sound like a little bit of a BS article?
It does. It does. The math isn't mathing on that one, It's kind of like my 5% ABV beer right here, The math isn't mathing on 5%. Like, is it still worth drinking if it's only 5%? No, I'm kidding. Sometimes light means refreshing, So, and crisp, Sometimes you like crisp, so.
Yeah, I just felt like that was kind of a BS article, and so sometimes Coin Tell the Truth isn't always telling it's telling the truth about somebody else's lie. So,
yeah.
So what I mean is that guy, they're probably reported on something wasn't truthful.
Yeah.
So be safe out there, guys, and thanks for joining us for a weekly close. It's always a pleasure. Trent, did you know Bitcoin's flash crashing right now?
It is not flash crashing.
Oh, no, it's not flash crashing, but it is definitely dumping on the 1 hour since we talked. Boom, 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 boom. Now we just broke below that little V support. Now we're into this one right here.
Yeah.
It shows on the regular candles, Trent. Well, Coin Mexi or somebody just reported it below 1,700 or 1,000, 17,000. But anyways.
Stick around and T-Square will show you some 1 second action.
No, not today. But guys, hey, thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for the weekly close. Check out the Discord. Check out all the links in the description. Check out our BitBuy. We want to be around for you. You're our community, and we wouldn't be here without you guys. So cheers. Have a great night. You guys, catch you guys on the flippity flop.